They came as gods, as watchers, as shadows in the sky. But what if they never left? What if they walk among us and always have? This is not just about aliens, it's about us. They are the most iconic face of the UFO phenomenon, slender, grey-skinned, with black almond eyes, emotionless, methodical, and ever-watching. The Greys, or Zeta Reticulans, are the beings most commonly reported in abduction cases worldwide. Originating allegedly from the binary star system Zeta Reticuli, about 39 light years from Earth, these beings are not just pop culture myths. They appear in thousands of encounter reports from the 1960s to today. So who or what are the Greys? Descriptions are surprisingly consistent. Short, about 3 to 4 feet tall, with large, hairless heads, tiny mouths, and huge, black, expressionless eyes. Their skin is smooth and greyish, their limbs long and delicate, and their presence cold, methodical, unfeeling. They come at night, paralyze their victims, and conduct medical procedures, often involving reproductive organs, implants, or genetic sampling. Some experiences report telepathic communication. Others describe blank, hive-like behavior. Some believe the Greys are synthetic beings, bio-robots engineered by a higher race, possibly the reptilians or insectoids. Others suggest they've lost the ability to reproduce and now harvest genetic material to create hybrids. The Greys first entered mainstream discourse with the 1961 abduction of Betty and Barney Hill, a story that changed UFO lore forever. Betty even drew a map under hypnosis, showing where her abductors came from, Zeta Reticuli. Are the Greys a true extraterrestrial species, or something more complicated, projections from the subconscious, or even time-traveling humans from the future? Whatever the answer, their images burned into the collective psyche. The Greys are no longer just visitors, they are part of the mythology of Earth. Next, we descend deeper into the caverns beneath our feet, where ancient beings with scales and secrets lie in wait. The Reptilians. The Reptilians, Draconians, a pivotal group of UFO lore, conspiracy theories, and ancient civilization myths. They are the architects of control, the whisper behind the throne, the shadow in the bloodline. The Reptilians, or Draconians, are said to be among the most powerful and secretive extraterrestrial forces connected to Earth. Described as towering reptilian humanoids, they are believed to originate from the star system Alpha Draconis, although some claim they've lived here far longer than we have. Not visitors, but rulers, hidden in plain sight. Cultures across the globe revere or fear serpent gods, from the feathered serpents of Mesoamerica to the dragon kings of Asia to the biblical serpent in Eden. The motive is persistent, ancient, and chilling. What if these were not myths, but memories? Modern conspiracy theorists claim that reptilians are shapeshifters, infiltrating human power structures, governments, corporations, royalty. Figures like David Icke suggest they manipulate humanity through fear, war, and division. But even if you dismiss the shape-shifting claims, their symbolism permeates control structures, hierarchies, cold logic, bloodline legacy. They are not here to guide, but to dominate. Some believe reptilians are not alien at all, but Earth natives predating humans, possibly living in subterranean civilizations. One such claim comes from a being named Lacerta, who spoke in a 1999 interview about her kind living beneath our feet. Skeptics call it fantasy, delusion, projection. The myth remains, whispered in ancient scripts, modern dreams, and fevered testimonies. Reptilians are more than a theory. They are an archetype, a warning. Do they control us, or do we carry them within? The cold logic, the hunger for dominance, the need to survive at any cost. Maybe the reptilian isn't just above us or below us, maybe it's inside us. The greatest power is the one you never notice. Next time, not cold-blooded tyrants, but radiant saviors. We meet the beings of light, the Nordics, and their warnings from the stars. The Nordics, Pleiadians. These beings are often presented as benevolent, spiritually advanced, and protective of humanity. Their story contrasts sharply with the Greys and Reptilians, bringing a sense of hope, but also mystery and division. Not all visitors bring fear, not all eyes are black and cold. Some shine with ancient wisdom, some come to warn. These are the Nordics, often called the Pleiadians, tall, human-like, and described by many as beings of light. Their origin is said to be the Pleiades, a cluster of stars 400 light years away, visible to the naked eye. They resemble us, perhaps too much, but taller, more graceful, with piercing blue eyes and a calm presence that many describe as angelic. But their message is not about science, it's about spirit. The Pleiadians are said to be protectors of Earth, guardians of free will, messengers from a civilization millions of years older than ours. They do not take, they teach. Contactees like Billy Mayer in Switzerland claim decades of communication with Pleiadian beings, messages about war, greed, and the path of peace. They warn of destruction, of environmental collapse, of choices we must make. Some believe the Nordics are locked in a silent war, opposing the influence of Greys and Reptilians. A galactic struggle not for territory, but for the soul of humanity. Skeptics argue, if they are so advanced, where are they? But believers say they work in dreams, in inspirations, in nudges of intuition. Subtle, non-evasive, respectful. They do not control, they awaken. Perhaps they're not visitors at all, but ancestors, or future versions of us reaching back through the veil to remind us of who we were meant to become. In every culture, there are stories of beings who came from the stars, shining like gods. Where have they gone? Or have they always walked beside us? From the light to the unknown, next we enter the domain of the Watchers, beings of thought, of energy, of higher dimensions. Arcturians, Blue Avians, orbs of light. What happens when contact isn't physical, but spiritual? The Watchers, alongside the Blue Avians and the orbs, light beings. They're often described as benevolent, ultra-evolved beings focused on healing, planetary consciousness, and dimensional evolution. Let's bring their mystery and spiritual depth to life. They don't arrive in ships, they arrive in frequencies. You don't see them, feel them. When the earth hurts, they come to heal. When minds awaken, they guide. They are the Arcturians, and they are said to be one of the most spiritually advanced civilizations in the galaxy. Said to originate from the Arcturus system, just 36 light years from Earth, the Arcturians are described not only as extraterrestrial, but as multi-dimensional. They don't just fly across space, they shift across vibration. Those who claim to encounter them describe tall, blue-skinned beings with glowing eyes and elongated skulls. But more often, Arcturians are sensed, not seen. They speak through telepathy, appear in visions, and arrive during moments of spiritual breakthrough. According to countless channeled messages and contact accounts, the Arcturians are healers, both of body and of planetary consciousness. They work with Earth's energy grids, assisting in clearing trauma and support the evolution of human awareness. Some say they are the keepers of the Akashic records. The Arcturians are believed to travel in consciousness-driven craft, organic ships that respond to emotion and intention. Their technology is indistinguishable from spirit, healing chambers, holographic interfaces, and fields of light that recalibrate frequency. But they do not share their tech carelessly. They offer guidance, not power. Unlike many alien races, the Arcturians are said to avoid governments and power structures. They work with empaths, healers, children, and lightworkers. They speak through dreams, symbols, and sudden insight. Their message is always the same. Remember who you are. Skeptics dismiss the Arcturians as New Age mythology, beautiful stories without proof. But those who have felt their presence speak with a quiet certainty. The Arcturians don't need you to believe, they only need you to remember. From healers to messengers. Next, we meet the Blue Avians, bird-like guardians of peace, said to operate at the highest densities of consciousness. What happens when light chooses not to interfere, but only to remind? The Blue Avians, blue, tall, radiant. They speak in symbols, not commands. They arrive in dreams, not ships. The Blue Avians, bird-like beings of peace, are said to be part of a galactic alliance dedicated to balance, healing, and non-interference. The Blue Avians first entered public awareness through the whistleblower Corey Good, who claimed direct contact. He described them as part of the Sphere Being Alliance, a coalition of higher density beings working behind the scenes to guide Earth through a spiritual evolution. They are described as being between 8 and 10 feet tall, with deep indigo blue feathers and large, expressive eyes. Their presence is calming, majestic, almost angelic, but their message is strict. No interference, no saviors, only reflection. The Blue Avians speak of forgiveness, unity, and inner work. They reject savior worship and warn against manipulation, even from other alien groups. They emphasize that humanity must evolve spiritually on its own or not at all. Skeptics see the Blue Avians as spiritual metaphors invented by those seeking meaning in chaos. But for believers, they represent the highest possible contact, not physical, not political, but spiritual. Next, a rarely discussed group, more mystery than myth, the Alpha Centaurians, quiet, watching, waiting. The Alpha Centaurians. They don't appear in many abduction reports. They don't speak through channelers. They don't demand attention. But they are there, behind the veil. Watching, waiting. The Alpha Centaurians are said to be one of the most intelligent and technologically advanced species in our galactic neighborhood. And they may be far more involved than we realize. Alpha Centauri is only 4.37 light years away, the closest star system to our own. It hosts multiple planets, some possibly habitable. But the beings said to come from there rarely contact us directly. They are observers, researchers, intelligence beyond emotional instinct. To them, Earth may be a puzzle or a test. Descriptions vary. Some say the Alpha Centaurians are tall, elegant humanoids, pale or translucent skinned with large, high foreheads. Others describe them as completely non-biological, light-based, AI-integrated consciousness. Their contact is clinical, respectful, but not warm. Some theories place the Alpha Centaurians as scientific intermediaries, monitoring hybrid integration, overseeing energy shifts on Earth. Others say they maintain cosmic neutrality, neither benevolent nor malevolent, simply aware. Maybe we don't see them because we don't want to see them. Or maybe they only contact those who are ready through consciousness, not craft. Where the Greys take and the Nordics teach, the Alpha Centaurians simply listen. Next, we turn to those that walk beside us, not in memory, but in flesh, the hybrids, and the ones who created them. Are they already among us?